It does seem like a wave of change is sweeping all over the world. First it was here in Nigeria when the then ruling party was knocked out of power. Then in the United States, the Gambia, and now in Ghana. So what's causing this? Well, that was a question I asked my guest on the program this week, Dr. Segun Bolariwa, a research fellow at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs.
You see the nature, the ways, everything the president of the Gambia was doing before now. People must have been very tired. And of course, the economy is so bad, everything is at comatose. And basically, all of those reasons must have also led to what happened in the Gambia. But in the case of Ghana, we would also say the same change or change mantra is also there in Ghana now. And so many reasons can be alluded to this. One of the very major reasons is the slope in the economy. So the Ghanaian economy now is almost at its lowest ebb. So in other words, even the so-called economic recession we are facing in Nigeria is not peculiar to Nigeria alone. It's a global phenomenon. It's everywhere. It's in Europe. So Nigeria is not an exception. So what we are trying to do now, or what the government is trying to do now, is to make things right. And that's why the present government is rolling out a lot of policies to alleviate this recession, to correct these economic problems and all of that. But in Ghana, the major problem and issue in Ghana is that the economy has sloped, and beyond the downward slope of the economy under President John Mahama, their major exports have been really affected by global prices, the downward slope of global prices of gold, cocoa, and now oil, because Ghana is now an oil-producing country and all of that. So all of these major exports Ghana has, their prices have globally have been affected. And that has really affected the Ghanaian economy too at the same time.
Now let's look at the election. AU observers have praised the conduct of the polls, saying it was satisfactory. Do you agree with this, considering the fact that there were reports of some technical problems?
Yes. Sincerely, there were really technical problems. Even on Thursday, the Ghana Electoral Commission website was hacked. It was hacked, so there was cyber attacks on it. Beyond that, there were also some technical problems they faced. But beyond that, which is not peculiar to Ghana alone, even the so-called advanced world also faced such. But so, beyond that, there was also pockets of violence somewhere. And beyond that, there was also delay in some few constituencies. But beyond that, generally, beyond the AU observers, even the US observers, even the European Union observers, and some other observers across Africa, across the globe, everywhere, they have all acknowledged the peaceful conduct of that election in Ghana. So it was seriously peaceful, and everybody was satisfied with it. And both parties, particularly both candidates, John Mahama and Nana-Akufo-Addo, both of them have really not, they did not really allege that there was this there, there was this. So, you know, it was all their pranks, all their comments, politically or party-wise. Those comments were actual normal comments during elections. They are all tactics and strategies of winning elections.
But let me ask you, while vote counting was ongoing, the opposition, that's Nana-Akufo-Addo, had already declared victory, and it was asking President Mahama to concede defeat, even when the Electoral Commission had not yet declared the results. Why does this keep happening in Africa? How come African politicians never wait until the results are out before inciting their supporters?
Well, I've just said it now. It's a common thing during elections, particularly in Africa, as you rightly observed. But of course, maybe it's part of our political culture, but it's a bad habit. Beyond that, the parties, they see that as a strategy or part of their strategies or part of the ploys to psychologically prevail on the other political party or even the umpire, that is the Electoral Commission in the contest. Try to confuse them, try to create awareness on what is not correct and what may be correct. So that's not a good thing. But of course, again, basically, technology has led to this. If you also remember and observed during the last general elections in Nigeria, particularly the presidential election in 2015, about 16 to 20 hours, results have been collated, released on Al Jazeera's website and some other websites and all of that, phones. So technology has also contributed to such things, because at every constituency, in the case of Ghana now, where we are now, in the case of Ghana, at every constituency, there have been electoral officers, party officials, sympathizers, supporters. They all, as they are announcing results at each of these constituencies, they are sending results everywhere. They are sending it to the website, they are sending it online, they are sending it on phones. So temporarily at that level, people are compiling, people are collating, people are just trying to marry the figures and all of that. So before you know it now, they have gotten for all of the constituencies. So they would have seen it, they would have collated it, so there will only be few, little or nothing to correct. But they will just want to wait officially for the announcement of such results. But the truth is that, in fairness, it's not good. It's not good. We didn't see that in the US election or some advanced countries' elections and all of that, because they will wait, they will get the results, and as they come in, one good thing about them is that maybe in Africa, what we can now do, even following this or seeing this now, what we can do is that maybe as those results are coming in officially and are sent to electoral commission offices, either in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Egypt, in Ghana, everywhere, particularly in Africa, as they are releasing them, if they are official, if they are coming from their officials, then they should be releasing them. Okay. You saw the US elections. As each state, the results, as they were concluding, they were sending it. And instantly, you see CNN, you see the media, they are displaying it. So look at it. It's straightforward. You cannot dispute it. So there is nothing hidden anywhere. Of course, you can see what happened in the case of Ghana too. There have been tension everywhere, because the elections have been concluded, but they've not seen results. And people are aware of these results. And most of these constituencies, they have sent the results everywhere. People have seen it. And that's why you see the opposition trying to claim victory, even when it has not been officially announced.
Ghana, for the first time, made use of the biometric system to confirm voters' identities. Do you believe this system, which was also used here in Nigeria at the last election, do you believe that it does help prevent rigging in elections? Sincerely,
to an extent, if it is efficiently and effectively adopted and used, I think it's a good system. You can see their electoral commissioner in Ghana, Madam Charlotte Osei. The woman was saying that, yes, we are getting some skirmishes of these results from constituencies, but you should be patient and relax. Just wait for us. We are collating results, and as they come in, we are ready to be releasing them, so that there will not be biases, there will not be problems, there will not be issues and all of that, so that we will not be misinterpreted.
Still to come on Diplomatic Channel, the African Union holds historic first ever debate for chairperson candidates. Please stay with us.